The whole headline here, Sean, is hysteria.
Dr. Drew, who's an actual doctor, who's not an alarmist, who's a decent human being, who was on the left most of his life and has now been red-pilled and woken up to not only his own industry, but the entire mainstream media. He was on Fox about a month ago talking about all of this stuff.
All right, so women are shaving their heads. They're pledging to either divorce their husbands or partners or don't have sex with them. They're stockpiling abortion pills. They're getting advice from the Washington Post on how to leave the country. Maybe they believe their own lies or the lies that were told during, and the hyperbole and the hype and the misinformation during the campaign, because there's no reason to leave. I will be the first person to stand up for their right to say stupid things if they want.
Yep. Well, I'm just glad to see that they moved from the blue talisman over their face and nose to a blue talisman bracelet on their wrist, because it's the same damn thing. And the whole headline here, Sean, is hysteria. Hysteria and delusion, and the source of this has been mainstream media. The American public has been propagandized to the point that they literally have become mentally ill. And the thing about delusionality is it can't be reasoned with. We have literally been through a stage of delusion that started with the first Trump presidency. It was put into absolute orbit with COVID. We now have the new HHS document that showed how the propaganda was done, how many hundreds of millions of dollars were spent, and vulnerable people were affected by this. And I would say the way to deal with your family members that are like this, compassionate firmness. Firmness, not rationality, not discourse, because argumentation will not work. They're delusional, but firmness. Because the reality is, this is like a cult. What do cults do? They separate families. They separate the cult member from the family. And this is how they get their way. We must fight against that.
So the reason I wanted to show you that clip is Dr. Drew is making the through line that we went through years of hysteria and brainwashing as it relates to COVID. And what the left is doing now and what the mainstream media and the bureaucracy lovers are doing now is making everybody hysterical about Donald Trump, right? Hitler has now taken over the institutions and he's bringing the billionaires in just so that Elon can get a few more government contracts. And I don't know, he can get richer and you can get poorer. It's complete and utter drivel.